Again.
Good afternoon, my name is PursuasiveSpeechCalnan, and I'm here to talk to you about the Navy's tuition assistance policy and benefits and the changes to that policy. Have you any of you wanted to start or restart using education benefits while being in the Navy?
Yes.
All right. Have you felt a little confused or daunted by the process and like what all goes into it, or maybe the recent changes that just came out last fiscal year? Okay, so today we're going to cover that tuition assistance program benefits and why you should be utilizing it. I'll be citing instruction from the Navy College program. I'll also ensure that you are equipped with the resources that you need if you have deeper questions that I cannot answer, but I've been in the Navy 9 years. I've been utilizing benefits for about 5 years, so odds are I've experienced it, or I can find you those resources that you need in order to be successful utilizing tuition assistance. So did you know that last year in 2019 that the Navy around May ran out completely of tuition assistance funding because utilization by the service members was over 30% more than what was budgeted for by the Navy? So I'm going to talk to you, let's get into the benefits of tuition assistance. With all the available avenues to gain a college degree, you've got loans, grants, scholarships, work-study programs. Nothing I've personally ever seen offers the value with as little risk as the Navy's tuition assistance program. So it's got value, it's accessible, and there's low risk. So this is honestly, it really is, if you're at all interested, it's a no-brainer to get into because as I'm going to explain to you, the value is so high and the risk and like the possible negatives of this are so low to you. Those benefits are going to be the ability to gain knowledge and experience in other fields outside of your jobs in the Navy. I mean, for those of us CSs, everyone asks, "Do you want to go to the restaurant? Do you want to cook when you're not in the Navy anymore?" And I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, part of my motivation in getting into education was to branch out and learn things outside of my job. So that really is an added benefit, as well as freedom from the stress of student loans and other financial means of accessing education. I know without having to worry about how it's being paid for, it frees up a lot of mental space and a lot of time to be able to focus in and get those higher grades and really work on a quality education, not just the education itself. So let's talk about value. Something is generally worth whatever someone's willing to pay for it. That's something I've always heard. And a U.S. Department of Education study from 2016 to 2017, on average for a 4-year university, 1 year average cost was about $26,000. So times that by 4, that's over $100,000 on average that people are paying for a college education. So CS2, if I came up to you and I had something, a car, let's say, that was worth $100,000, and I said, "Hey, here's the keys to this car. All you have to do is sign up, and the car's yours. You can have it." You wouldn't say no to that, would you? Okay. I hope not. But now, granted, obviously the Navy's not offering us a blank check for $100,000, and they're not offering us a car that's worth $100,000, but with that being the average of what people are paying for educations out there, and something is worth whatever people are willing to pay for it, if you're offered something that's worth that for very little on your part, all that's required of you is to maintain a C average or better, and then you don't have to repay anything. Eligibility requirements, all you have to have been is in the Navy for at least 2 years. All 3 of you are second-class petty officers, so you all meet that requirement. And the doors opened by having a college degree are vast. Per a study by Georgetown University, on average over someone's lifetime, college graduates are paid over their lifetime $1 million more than what non-college graduates that just graduated high school are paid. So that's definitely an eye-opening figure. And also with the benefits of tuition assistance, we sacrifice our prime years of our life serving the Navy and giving up time to be away from family and friends and to be out there serving our country, shouldn't we utilize every possible benefit that the Navy affords us? I definitely think we should, and it opens up many doors. Whether your intention is to get out of the Navy and go do something else, or like I said, outside of your career in the Navy, it opens doors, or staying in the Navy. Like personally, I'm working on an officer candidate school package. I've talked with others about that around here, and it's there's plenty of opportunities both in and out of the Navy that are added when you have that degree. And finally, in my last presentation, I discussed the changes to the Navy TA policy. So I'm going to briefly go over those real quick in summary. As I've painfully learned in my education career, slow is steady and steady is fast. Basically, when working full time and we have extensive jobs in the Navy, when we put too much on our plates, we suffer for it, and you're not going to get that quality like I talked about earlier out of that education. It's just going to be a check in the box, and if you don't make that C average, you're going to have to repay it. So what the Navy did, due to the uptick in service member utilization of benefits, which was 30% more than they predicted, they've brought down how much they'll pay for each year. So it went from approximately 18 semester hours to 12 semester hours, basically from 6 courses down to 4 courses if it's the 3 semester hour course that they'll fund for you, and no more than 120 credit hours per person per career, which is generally most bachelor's degrees are 120 semester hours. So you also must meet all professional obligations and requirements per the command. For junior sailors, once our command is more manned and we have junior CSs and junior LSs, you'll need to make sure they know that they have to be in at least 2 years for their time in service, and they have to meet all their their professional requirements with warfare qualifications and everything else that's passed down from the command in order to utilize those benefits. So that's going to conclude my speech. I hope that I sincerely hope that as tuition assistance has been very important to me, and it's been a process that I've thoroughly enjoyed and definitely tapped into for the past 5 years, and I'm closing in on graduation. I definitely hope if you're not utilizing it that you will, and that you'll start to, and I hope I gave you a little information that you maybe didn't have before, or maybe clarified some things that you knew but weren't so sure of. And navycollege.navy.mil is the main resource where there's counselors standing by to do Skype counseling sessions for education, education and career planning, all different kinds of great resources for you guys. So definitely look out on there if you don't feel comfortable coming to ask me any questions that you have. And in closing, I'd like to say I'm a firm believer and advocate in the tuition assistance program, and I hope that you will take the first step in higher education and learning. You truly have nothing to lose and everything to gain by this. Thank you for your time.